Yeah. You ain't gonna believe this. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna believe it. This shit crazy. Watch this. Yeah. That shit is crazy. You see what's going on, bro. You see what's going on, man. Come on. Come on. That's hot. That's hot.
Hot.
That's hot. That's hot. Brothers ain't ready for that. Let me put this down for somebody to get offended. He can be saved just like you, bro. You know how
That's
Jake
weird.
get. You know how Jake get, bro. He can be saved, bro, just like you. Chill out, bro. That's your brother, bro. This ain't my brother.
That's what they get on.
This ain't my brother, man.
That's what they get on.
Yeah. Man, they got worms coming out of his body. This ain't my brother, man. He this guy's brother. And look how he treating him. These ain't my folks, man. Bro, but Paul said, that ain't my brother, man. That ain't my brother. Shalom Amanah. Shalom. Brother said fair use. Kind fair use. Shalom Anthony Knox. What's the business? What's the business? All right. I might as well look up some more pictures of that man being dead. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Let's see.
We
Let's,
here with it.
you see it. You see it. Yeah.
Let me see.
All praises.
Yeah.
All praise. Look at his legs. Snap.
Shalom, King. Shalom.
Look at his legs. Snap. Yeah.
What you got?
All praises, man. They got that depiction. This madness. They got a damn pig on the altar of God.
No, they do.
Bro, you know, I think pig was a sacred animal amongst the Greeks.
That's madness.
Let's see.
Out of everything you could deal with.
Look, it says in Greece, for instance, the pig served as a sacrificial animal, a votive offering to gods, especially those who prefer swine to a chicken or a hecatomb of oxen. Bro, basically, all I know is these brothers, not brothers, these guys, they dealt with pigs. Artemis, the goddess of hunting, mountains, and forests, is the most closely linked with the wild boar. As a wild and fierce animal, the boar was regarded as the symbol of one side of Artemis' nature, capable of unleashing sudden violent destruction on humans and property. And Hindus refer to the pigs as deities. That's off. That's off. That's off. This is why I don't like their culture at all. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't like their culture at all.
They're tripping.
It's just nonsense.
But why can't I airdrop these photos to my Mac? That's really what I'm on right now, bro. I'm just a heads up.
Google,
Hmm.
Google know what I want.
You know what I want, man?
That's what we're here for.
Praises to the Most High, man. Bro, tonight, see, It feels so much better when we in here. We don't got to rush. I'm in here just chilling. You know, yesterday was good though. I ain't gonna lie, but
Yeah. Yeah.
we was moving. I don't think we ever moved that quick in the breakdown, bro.
I don't think so either. Breakdown was still an hour long. Breakdown was still an hour long.
Yeah,
If we would have took our time with that breakdown could easily go for 2 or 3 hours.
yeah. I remember that one time we did it live and we was on it for 5 hours. You remember that?
I do. And I don't remember what the hell we were talking about. I ain't gonna lie.
We was talking about all of it, baby.
About all of it. Just God, that was
I think Captain DeBar jumped on there, didn't he?
but I think so. I think he hopped on, hopped off. It was just
We
it
was
was
in
just
that
a
live.
lot, bro.
I was homeless around that time.
Man, let me see if I can find it. Cause that sucker was crazy.
We was floating.
Bro, look. 3 hour class, 2 hour class, 2 hour class, 2 hour class, 2 hour class. We did New Year's 3 hour class. This is when the whole team got together 4 hours. Me and you 2 hours, 2 hours, hour 30, 2 hours. We was golly, we used to be getting through there. 2 hours, 2 hours 37.
We was in there trying to work.
We was in there trying to work, bro. That's all it was. We was just trying to work. Let me see.
We was in there trying to work.
That's all it was. I
Shalom,
can't.
mama.
Did you might put a picture on it? Was this us? Measuring the time.
Yeah, that might be it. Yeah,
Yep,
that's it.
it's definitely it. Just on Zion. Yep, Zion hopped on, got off. Who else? I think this Jeremiah, not Jeremiah. Captain
Oh,
DeBar. Brothers was on there for a mighty long time.
I remember being tired.
Yeah, yeah. Brothers was just trying to work.
Just trying to work, baby.
Get back on that. Good 2 hour classes. Ooh, that was crazy. That's how these breakdowns can get though, man. These breakdowns can definitely get that long.
Yeah. Dang, you ready, Dan?
You want it cut, huh?
Dang, that is a lot of sandwich.
You want it cut in half?
Yeah, cut it in half.
You didn't know how much you
I appreciate it though. You know what? Just throw some chips on there and bring it over here.
You don't want me to cut too?
That's crazy.
Cut, yes or no? You can just keep biting it and then put it up if you don't want it.
Yeah, you can just leave it like that.
Okay. You want some Doritos?
Yeah, I'd take some of those.
Just Doritos? Anything else? Got Lay's in there.
I'm gonna take the pineapple.
Look at this.
What's going on? Who's that?
This is supposed to be Judah Maccabee.
yo, why they got him looking so zesty like that?
Oh God.
Bro.
Oh God.
Yeah. Why they got him looking like this, bro?
This
Who
nigga
told
look
them?
like
Bro, who told them he looked like that? Where did they get this from?
you know where they got this from, bro. Oh no, what's going on?
It's like an old school comic. They got comics in my boy, bro.
Yeah, but this ain't. I would hope this ain't your boy. This guy here. Who is this guy? He looked like a nut. Who is this guy?
You can put
He looked crazy.
You want me to-
Yeah.
There you got it.
This is not.
That's good.
This ain't the guy.
I just took a bite of mine.
It was good.
Oh my goodness.
Man, I got a
This ain't who we here for.
Oh my goodness.
BRB.
Yeah, you straight. I'm gonna let y'all know now. This ain't the guy we here for. This ain't the man. Let's go back up. Let's look at the real. Look at the real men of the Most High. Let's look at the real men. Let's look at the real men, right? Let's look at the real men. They got the answer to why that happened right up here. Boom. Check this out. Let's read this. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images.
They got breakdowns on there, bro.
They got the scoop on it, bro. They got the scoop. They got the scoop. Before, after. Check this out. Before, scroll down. After.
What's going on?
Who is this guy? Oh God, I want to look up King David. I want to see who they got as King David.
This is not gonna have my spirit. Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah. This is David right here.
This the guy who was killing everybody.
Yeah. That's
All right.
him.
All right. This the guy.
Yeah.
They saying this the guy who went and killed 200 Philistines.
This the man of war.
That's the man. That's the guy who leaped over a wall.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him. Look at him.
Which one? This guy?
Left, bottom left.
This guy?
That's the guy.
Yeah.
That's KD right there. That's King David, baby.
He said that's KD right there.
That's the guy.
Nah. They off. They off as hell. These niggas look effeminate. Man. They jugged our people. They really did. They jugged us. They jugged us. Let's see. I want to see who they got for Joshua. Joshua was a mighty man. Okay. They got, I understand why that happened. All right. Hold on. This damn show ain't Joshua. This damn show ain't Joshua. This guy who took over giants.
But
Nah, that ain't Joshua.
But all I know is he was the Ephraimite, right?
Yes, sir.
They got to make him a little more stocky.
You gotta make him a little more chiseled or something, man. What the hell? This ain't Joshua, man. Joshua in the Battle of Jericho.
Yeah.
He ain't got no fringes. He all in sin.
They got a ginger Edomite rocking out ready for battle.
Bro, if you know our people back then, we covered up. We were a modest people, bro. This is Greek attire. This is Greco-Roman attire, bro. That's not how our people got down, bro. I'll say this. One thing they got down was the priest garment. Let's look up the priest garment. Now don't mind the brother that's wearing it. All right. Don't mind the guy that's wearing it. But this is look
at the drip.
That's the drip. We were a modest people. Look at the drizzle. He walking around, this smoke coming out of there. He's all spiritual. Come on. Beard, bussing, Come on, man. Look at that. Huh. Come on, man. I don't know what the hell going on here. I don't know what the hell going on here. I got quiet. I got stumped a little bit.
Bro.
He ready to sin. He ready to teach you about sin. That's what he on.
Really how to commit.
He's gonna tell you what sin is.
Look on that right there. Look on them toes.
Right here?
Mm-hmm. Let me see that. Let me see the one above it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now
There's
imagine getting close to him and you just feel the wisdom radiating off of him. No demons can come near.
you just feel power and might,
You just feel safety.
his virtue in that man. And he elder. Come on now. If your elder ever looking away like this, don't bother him. Let him mind his business, man. Leave that brother alone.
And
That's crazy. Maybe we should make this a lesson. We should make this a class where we just go through images and just rag on their people, bro. Like this can't be it.
yeah, I'm down for that.
He said, "I'm down for that." This can't be it. These can't be the folks. This the man of God. He wants you to come in there and call him father. I'm cool. I'm cool, bro. I don't even where's this even at in the Bible? This whole little outfit. Where is that even?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, man. Let's get real, man. Let's get real, man. All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. We had some fun. We've had some fun. Ak, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, Shalom. We got Taz, yeah. Soldier Yadadaya. Let me see who else in here real quick. I didn't zoomed in. Shalom Jew. God, Shalom.
All right. So we read yesterday or last night, I believe, or the Bible calls it yesternight. We read last night First Maccabees chapter 2, and we finished chapter 2. I know we went over it the first day as well. We finished chapter 2 yesterday. Now we're jumping to Second Maccabees chapter 6 because we want to touch on some things in this chapter as well. Right? You don't know what we're doing. For each day of the feast day, we are trying to stay in the book of Maccabees and go over things that happen in the book of Maccabees, right? Reason why is Feast of Dedication. They rededicated the temple, right? After the Edomites or the Greeks or Antiochus, whoever you want to blame, they all go back to Esau. After they profaned it, right? After they profaned it and offered up swine's flesh to it, they polluted the temple, so on and so forth, right? So let's get into it, right? This is Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 1. It says, not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers and not to live after the laws of God. This is a reoccurring theme, right? Not only in the book of Maccabees, but throughout a lot of the Bible, throughout a lot of history, right? Throughout especially the Hellenistic period or the Hellenization period, when the Greeks were trying to turn everybody into Greeks. They weren't just trying to get Jerusalem. Of course they were, but we weren't the only people that were caught up in this, right? You had the whole world was caught up in this. So verse 2, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter, Olympus, and that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place. So if you don't know who Jupiter is, Jupiter goes back to Zeus, right? Verse 3. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places, and besides that brought in things that were not lawful. So I kind of made mention of this the other day. Go watch the movie 300 And when you watch the movie 300, you'll see when that ogre looking dude, he walks into the temple to go meet with King Xerxes, I believe. King either Xerxes or Artaxerxes, one or the other. He went to go meet King Xerxes. And in the temple, they had a bunch of fornication going on. They had women on women, men on men, women on beasts, men on beasts, you name it. It was a nigga in there with a goat head on, right? It was half man, half goat. It was a bunch of left hand mystical, magical nonsense, fornication, abomination going on in there. And that's how heathens get down with their temples. In their temples, they have sex, fornication, unclean things, right? Don't get me wrong. Sex is an unclean act, according to the Bible. I'm not saying sex is sin. I'm saying it is an unclean act, right? Meaning, if you have sex, you're not supposed to be just, going around doing your what is it? Basically, you want to stay away from ceremonial things,
From holy things.
from holy things, from things that are to remain clean, right? And in their temple, they got down with unclean things, but in our temple, we did not. So they polluted it, and they did things wrong inside of there, such as bringing harlots and so on and so forth. This is where we get the modern day clubs, the club stuff and the strip club and all of that. That's nothing but a modern day heathen temple. If you want me to be completely honest, right? Mahar, did you have anything you want to add?
Not right now. No, sir.
Con. Let me see, because I think I might want to. Throw a precept on it. Let me see if I can find this in Jeremiah. Let me see. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. All right. Well, no, I can't find it. It's all right though. I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 5. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, it's like your ancient fast, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So it was not lawful, meaning lawful to the Greeks, to their custom, to what things they were setting up. It was not lawful for you to keep the Sabbath day. It was not lawful for you to profess ancient fast, such as the Day of Atonement or any other fast that we would do customary as a people, right? Do it say fast in the text, like in the book, Mohar? Do you know? Because I thought it might have said feast. I could be wrong.
Verse 7.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
That's what I thought. So right here, this is supposed to be ancient feast, but it says fast. So we could not keep our feast or our feast days. We couldn't keep new moon. We couldn't keep Purim. We couldn't keep Passover. You name it. It was not lawful for us to keep that, nor was it lawful for us to call ourselves a Jew. Why would it be Jew and not Israel? Because the people during that time, the northern kingdom, they were already carried off. They're already gone. They're not around us. Majorly, most of northern kingdom are not around us. You may have a couple sprinkled here and there. Most northern kingdom is not around us. So we went by Jews. Jews represent Judah, Benjamin, Levi. So we could not call ourselves Jews. Verse 7. And in the day of the king's birth, or the king's birthday, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy, right? So the king would hold his birthday every month. We know we do not celebrate birthdays. That is an unlawful act according to our people, according to us, according to God, it's an unlawful act. So we did not keep those things, and we were brought in bitterly to eat the sacrifices of the king, right? And the feast of Bacchus was kept, unholy feast, such as kind of like today's holidays, right? Kind of like Christmas coming up. They kept feast days back then as well on the left hand side, and we were forced to keep those. Verse 8. Moreover, there went out a decree to the neighbor cities of the heathen by suggestion of Ptolemy against the Jews that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death. Then might a man have seen the present misery. So if we did not get down with these acts, if we did not get down with what Esau was telling us to do, you'll be put to death. I mean, it was just as simple as that. And they're finna get some examples. For there were 2 women brought who had circumcised their children, whom when they had openly led round about the city, the babes hanging at their breast, they cast them down headlong from the wall. So they'd throw our women and our children down from walls. Hey, you got them circumcised. You already know the punishment of circumcising your baby. They'll grab the baby, snatch the baby up, throw them over the wall. And our people didn't have no power in our hands. All we could do was just watch. Verse 11, it says, and others that had run together into caves, Salakia, nearby, to keep the Sabbath day secretly, being discovered by Philip, were all burnt together because they made a conscience to help themselves for the honor of the most sacred day. But is that where it say conscience in the book?
So, like, at what verse you at?
I'm at verse 11 because this is messing me up.
I got you. Yeah, conscience.
They made a conscience. Okay, I'm guessing they made a conscious decision. All right, but you got certain brothers and sisters during this time who had to run in the caves to secretly keep the Sabbath day. This is how much we upheld our law, statutes, and commandments. You couldn't just tell us not to keep our law, statutes, and commandments, right? You couldn't just be like, hey, bro, you shouldn't keep that. And we'd be like, oh, all right, cool. That's not how it worked. Men and women were being put to death during this time. And you got men and women secretly going out into a cave to keep the Sabbath day. But then, of course, they were discovered and they were all burnt. Right? These are people who are putting their lives on the line for the Most High God, to obey the Most High God. Right? Verse 12. Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. So now the author is kind of telling us, hey, don't be discouraged by these things, right? I mean, just have some understanding, have some discernment. This is for the chastening of our nation. Why is it for the chastening of our nation? Because a lot of our people wanted to get down with these customs in the first place.
Okay.
A lot of our people wanted to get down with the Romans and get down with the Greeks. And the Most High God, it's always been like that. I believe in the book of Judges, he says, okay, I will send you in captivity. And once we get there, we're going to call on the name of the Lord. And the Lord replied to us and said, call on those whom you called before. You didn't call me before, but now you're in captivity. Now you're under them and subject unto them, which you didn't think you were going to be. Right? Now you're under them. Now you want to call on me. Now you want to call on me because we always think it's better to go deal with the Greeks. We always think it's better to go deal with the Edomites. And then once we deal with them, we're in pain, we're in suffering, blah, blah, blah. Now it's time for us to call on God. Now it's, oh, God, save us out of this. Hold on, nigga, you wanted to be there. You left me to go there. What's wrong with you? You left the Most High God to go be with these people. And now you want to call on us. Right? That goes back to those Greek fraternities, right? Let me see. Greek branding. Let me just see if that. Oh man. There we go. Jake. First thing pop up. Jake.
Yeah.
First thing. And you want to know why? Because they think they have a brotherhood. That's the main thing they think they getting with this brotherhood.
Yeah.
Little do they know, when all hell pop off, Esau's going back to his people. He'll kill you. And then, you got Jake. Jake, like, he'll whip his arm out. But look, brother. But look, brother.
I'm with y'all.
We brothers. Like, I'm with you. Esau gonna laugh and put you to death. Look, just Jake. Just Jake. Simple, common Jakes, right? You got another. But look, brother. You know, I'm
Bro,
not with them.
Esau. Bro, I don't think I don't think we give Esau enough credit for his wickedness. You see where I'm coming from, though?
I definitely see where you're coming from.
When you type in fraternity branding on Google, everyone that popped up is melanated. I haven't seen an Edomite yet.
Mm-mm.
That's not an accident, bro.
No.
That's not an accident. Esau was blessed to rule the world with the sword. And we don't give him enough credit for how wicked and how crafty and how subtle and how cunning and how wise he is when it comes to being evil. I would just say that, man. He crazy.
Yeah.
He's actually crazy. When it comes to doing evil things and plotting against Israelites, they next level, they top tier. You know what's crazy? I think Israelites truly, by nature, we dumb. Don't get me wrong. We can be good and we can be bad. You know, we can thrive in both.
We can be the wisest. We can be the foolish.
But when it comes to wickedness, Jake just don't compare. He don't compare to Esau when it comes to wickedness. He just don't compare. That's why a lot of times Esau does wicked stuff and he get away with it because we don't even see it a lot of times. We kind of don't even think that they capable of doing some of the things they do. Like the way his mind see problems and he solves them with wickedness, you don't even understand. It don't even go through our mind like that. It don't even go through our mind like that. These high up Edomites, bro, they next level when it comes to being wicked.
Yep.
They next level, bro. Me and Ahram was talking about that the other day. We'll save it for another day, but they next level, man. We can't downplay how wicked they are. Look at
But
this.
it's niggas like this is the reason why we gotta go through punishments.
He really feeling that. They devoted their lives to this.
Yeah. Yep. They happy. They're proud of this. This is pride. Not to mention all of the homosexual acts that you got to go through to even join this. We're just gonna keep that under wraps, right? You got to keep it under wraps. All the homosexuality you got to go through. You know, believe it's called Hell Week. Are you getting treated like a dog? These niggas got. Look at this. I was just finna say getting treated like a dog, and these niggas got collars on. Grown ass men. Guess what? All for this.
All for our brotherhood, supposedly.
For some damn brotherhood. Salaki, that's irritating. But that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation, meaning for our ass whooping. That's all that means. Because you got niggas like this. All right, let's keep going. Verse 13. For it is a token or a sign of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish till they become to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth he with us, lest that being come to the height of sin, afterwards he should take vengeance of us. More, I know you like to break that down. You got it.
Khan. So when it comes to dealing with the Israelites, the Most High God, he punishes us quickly. We make a mistake, okay, you're going to pay for it. You break this commandment, all right, I'm going to put you through that fire. You do this, okay, I'm going to make you. He gives us a quick judgment. But it's not like that with our enemies. He lets them get away with wickedness and more wickedness and more wickedness and more wickedness. So they sins and they judgments, it pile up. They add up. They add up. And then you know what the Most High does? He chooses one specific time to make the heathens pay for all of the judgments they accumulated. And they're not going to be able to pay for it. They're not going to be able to pay. They're not going to actually be able to handle that punishment. I would much rather separate the payments that I owe God. As soon as I mess up, I want the Most High God to tell me and show me I messed up, so I don't keep doing it. But it's not like that with the heathens. They don't know how to serve God. When they mess up, the Most High God just stack them up for them, and then all of a sudden he scoot the tab over there, and they look at the tab and they confused.
I don't got enough money for this. I know.
I know, but that's what this is about. Go ahead. You see that guillotine? Hey, you matter of fact, just stay right here. Stand right there. Stand right there.
You know what you need to do, brother? You need to stick your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. That's what you need to do.
Done, bro. You're done.
You're finished.
You're actually dead, bro.
You're actually dead, bro.
But it's merciful. You got to see how merciful and how loving it really is. That's how you know the Most High God dealeth with us as sons. Whenever your son do something and you see it, you don't bat your eye. You let them know, hey, no, that's not good. Stop. Stop. Okay, now I'm finna whoop your ass. With heathens, he just look at him.
Yeah. That ain't my son. It's just straight like
That ain't
I'm
my
not worried about what he do. I'm worried about what you do. We've all heard this. If you grew up in a black home, you heard that.
Yo.
Because you would sit there and try to be like, well, Jeffrey was doing it. My mama looked dead ass at me. I don't care about Jeffrey. Jeffrey ain't my son. You my son. Then I get beat. Then I get a whooping, you know? Same thing with the Most I got.
Get off scot-free.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because Jeffrey really didn't get off scot-free. Eventually, all of them bad habits, all of them things that Jeffrey keep doing, he don't get corrected for him. He keeps getting away with it. Next thing you know, Jeffrey breaks into someone's house and he get met with a buckshot.
With a 12 gauge. What? God damn, Jeffrey done.
Bye, Jeffrey. You're done. So it's much better to be corrected. I'm gonna grab this.
God.
I'm gonna grab this precept. It's a lot of precepts on this. You gotta understand. I'm gonna grab two. I'm gonna grab this in the law first. Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 5. It says, "Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy God chasteneth thee. Therefore thou shalt keep his commandments." Slakia. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God to walk in all his ways and to fear him. It say what it say. As a man deals with his son, that's how the Most High God deal with us. All right, let me grab this other precept in Proverbs. Chapter 6. All right, a classic precept. In verse 23. It says, "For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life." So the commandment, it gives us light. The law, statutes, and commandments, it's a lamp. You can see what's right and wrong. You know where to go. You can stay on that straight and narrow path as long as you got light, as long as you can see, right? And then it tells you reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So in order to keep living, you got to be corrected. That's the way of life. And the Most High God does a tremendous job of correcting people. He can get through to anybody if he wants to.
Fine.
What you got though, Iron? You pulling up a lantern?
No, just to show this is what it's supposed to represent. The law, statute, commandment. This is what it's supposed to give light. We didn't back then. We didn't have um a source of light like a light bulb. You know, the only way you can see where you're going, and do what you need to do in a world full of darkness is with a lantern or with the law, statute, and commandments. That's the only way you can watch your step. Right. Let's get back to it. Second Maccabees chapter 6, verse 14. Oh, Salakia, verse 16. It says, and therefore he never withdraweth his mercy from us, and though he punished with adversity, yet doth he never forsake his people. But let this that we speak, Salakia, let this that we had spoken be for a warning unto us. And now will we come to the declaring of the matter in a few words. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. So now we're getting into this man Eleazar, a principal scribe, right? He was a beloved brother, right? This man was forced to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. But let's see what happens. Verse 19. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spitted forth and came of his own accord to the torment. Check this out. It was a stain. It was a stain on his garment if he was to eat that. If you got ears to hear. He was not let. He was an aged man. He's lived his life according to the law all the way up till now. You telling me I'm finna eat this swine's flesh now? Nah, no, that's not how it's finna work. I gave my life for the Most High God. No, you can kill me. I've been doing this for a long time. You think I'm finna just eat pork because you said so? That's not what's happening, right? This is how hard our forefathers went against the pork. No, it's not just because pork is pork. It's because God said don't eat pork. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. But now you have people out here saying, "Oh, I'm gonna eat pork." They boast in eating pork. Man, our forefathers, what? This man chose death, and he was counted righteous for not doing that. You telling me now it's okay? All these men that died behind the law, God is gonna count that for vanity and turn it around. Now you can eat it.
That don't make sense.
That don't make no sense, man. None.
Bro, it kills
None.
me. It kills me when people say, I'm gonna go to it. This is what our Christian brothers would do. They'll go to the New Testament. They'll pull up Matthew 15. Let's see where I'm at. 15.
Verse.
Check out 11.
Check out 11.
Look at that.
Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man.
Right. So people will use this verse to try and justify breaking God's law, to go against what God said. It's not what goes into your mouth that defiles you, because we know that eating pork, eating unclean foods in general, it defiles you. So people will read this verse where Christ said it's not what goes into a man that defiles him, but that which comes out of his mouth, that's what defiles a man. So they would use this verse to justify their madness to go against God. Let's say that Christ actually said that. Let's say that that's really what he was trying to teach. The law still says don't let's say you don't know it, you don't have no understanding of this verse. This is why it's good to just obey God. When in doubt, keep the commandments. You don't understand something that Christ said, you don't understand something that Paul said. When in doubt, just keep the commandments.
Yeah.
When in doubt, why would you ever? It's never gonna hit. It's never gonna hit. I'll tell you this: it never really hit. When is it ever going to be a good idea or a good reason? When can you ever just explain why you went against God? When is that really going to look right? When is it ever going to sound right? Well, I thought, nigga, nah. What do you mean you thought? The law plainly say don't do this.
Yeah.
God plainly said that. But if you go up to verse 1 real quick, let's get this context. Then came Yahushua. Then came to Yahushua, scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, why do the disciples transgress the tradition of the elders? For they wash not their hands when they eat bread. Mind you, this is not a commandment that was given by God. This is just a tradition that the elders had. It was just a custom. It wasn't actually a law of God. And the custom was that you just wash your hands before you eat bread. So when Christ said, it's not what goes into your mouth that defiles you, he's talking about if you eat something and your hands are not thoroughly washed, you'll be okay. That's not the worst thing going on. There's way worse stuff than this going on. He's
So
not. Go ahead, I'll get in there.
This would make hella more sense if he was eating pork.
Yeah.
If he was eating something unclean in this chapter, and Christ said that,
It would make
now
sense.
you got a point. Now we can talk about it.
Right.
Now we can talk about this man was eating bread. That don't make sense.
But the problem is, like, this is what the problem is. People just do not want to serve God how they think they do.
No.
People just do not want to obey God how they say they do. That's period point blank it. That's period point blank. They just want to do their own thing. That's all it is.
Yeah. Want to feel comfortable.
Yeah. They want to make it feel good.
So verse 20. It says, as it behooved them to come, we're at 2 Maccabees 6:20. As it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. But they that had the charge of that wicked feast, for the old acquaintance they had with the man, taking him aside, besought him to bring flesh of his own provision, such as was lawful for him to use, and make it as if he did eat of the flesh taken from the sacrifice commanded by the king.
That's wicked, bro. You got to break that down, bro. People can miss that.
So they understand, these Edomites, these Greeks, they understand Eleazar, they understand, okay, we know it's not lawful for you to eat that, but check this out. Go get something that is lawful for you to eat. Go get some lamb. Go get some lamb and eat it and act like you're eating swine in front of the people.
In front of the Jews.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't got to break any commandments. You don't got to break, you ain't got to break no commandments. Go get the food that you want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Anything lawful, we don't care. But we need you to eat it in front of the Jews, in front of the Israelites, and put on this show and make it look like you're eating pork.
Yeah.
But you're not at fault. You didn't break any commandments. You see how wicked and subtle our enemies are, bro. They're literally like this. They're literally like this. We need you. A wicked Israelite would have been like, okay, I'm not at fault. Technically, I didn't break any commandments. I mean, of course, there is a commandment. I can think of one that if he was to do it, that he'd be breaking. It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart, and thou shalt not suffer any sin upon him.
I got one too. He'd be fought at two places.
What you got?
Leviticus 19:14. Thou shalt not curse to death, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but thou shalt fear thy God. I am the Lord.
That's it, bro.
He'd being fought at two spots.
That's just off the dome that we came up with. You causing your brother to fall?
Yeah, because here's the thing. He was
That's
an elder. So, like, you say something?
so like go ahead.
He was an elder, right? He was beloved of the people. If they see him eating pork, they're gonna assume something. Oh, okay, it must be okay to do this. He's doing it. This is why Sirach or I think he go by Joshua as well. But this is why he had wrote in his book, don't let the reverence or the respect of an elder cause thee to fall. Because Sirach lived during this time. He lived during the Hellenization period. If you don't know, he lived during this time. So he has to let the people know, don't let the reverence of an elder cause thee to fall. Because if Eleazar would have ate this, many of people would have failed.
Okay.
Right? But let's see what Eleazar did. Let's see what he did. Verse 22. That in doing so, that in so doing, he might be delivered from death, and for the old friendship with them find favor. So if he did this, he can deliver himself from death and find favor, right? Verse 23. But he began to consider discreetly, and as became his age and the excellency of his ancient years and the honor of his gray head, whereon was come, and his most honest education from a child, or rather the holy law made and given by God. Therefore he answered accordingly and willed them straight ways to send him to the grave. He started
Yeah.
thinking, he started meditating. Well, if I do this, I'm gonna cause my brother to stumble. I'm gonna still be in sin because they don't know the law like that. They don't know Most High God's law, right? I'm gonna still be in sin. I'm gonna still be in transgression. I can deliver myself from death. I'm an old man anyway. I'm probably close to the grave anyway. I can't escape. I can't escape God. He straightway answered, send me to the grave.
Kill me.
Hurry up.
Bro, he chose to die than to act like he was eating pork.
Yep.
He crazy.
Yep.
He chose to die than
He
to
offered.
eat pork. Then they offered him a deal, bro.
Yep.
That's Esau for you. He came with a deal. A lot of brothers gonna fold.
Oh
Bro,
yeah.
a lot of brothers gonna fold. Let Esau make a deal. Niggas gonna get the folding up. Look, just point them out. Brothers folding. He said, look, you know what? I'm gonna make you a deal. Jake hear those words and he getting enticed.
Hell yeah.
Jake
What you
licking his
got?
lips. A
What you
deal?
got for me?
Oh shit. Now we talking.
Yeah.
The deal was crafty as hell. Look, you don't even gotta eat pork. Because this is how he probably came. We don't even want you to break God's law. We don't want you to eat pork. We don't want that. We don't
Mm-mm.
want that for you. But what we want you to do, we want you to act like you eating pork.
Yeah. That's all. That's all. That's it.
And you know what you're gonna be? You're gonna be called the king's friend.
Yeah.
You're gonna make sure your family taken care of, your son. We know you don't got a lot of years left, but we're gonna make sure that you do it up.
Yep.
Till you die. And guess what? Your sons and your sons' sons, they're gonna be taken care of. All you have to do, all you gotta, you know what we need, man. You got us, buddy. And
You
Jake
gotta
over there,
stick
like,
his knuckle out.
right? He'd give him a fist pump, a pound.
That's what Jake gonna do. Hell yeah, I do that.
Shit.
Hell yeah, I do that.
Throw in shit. Throw in a vineyard. You got
Right.
yourself a deal.
You got yourself a goddamn deal, buddy. Let where I sign at.
I sign in blood. How I do it?
I'll do that. Where we at? Where we at with it? Come
Tomorrow,
on.
like now.
That's all.
And Jake would have put on a show.
Yeah.
Jake
Oh
would have
yeah,
went out there and put on a show. He would have been the entertainment.
he would have ate the hell out of that pork. He
Bro,
would have. Jake would have took the pork. You don't got to tell him it's lamb or none of that. Regular Jake, nigga, what? I eat this every Sunday. Give me that. And you know what you talking about? Let's get down on it. Hurry up. Free? Hurry up.
bro, you don't see how crazy Esau is? We don't give Esau enough credit for how wicked he is. This is
Right.
a reminder. We actually need reminders because when you live in a society and you see these Edomites in suits and ties, and they walk in and they high and giving you the fake Edomite smile, and they, hold the door open for you, or they crack a joke and working hard or hardly working, you might fuck around and forget what's really going on. You might actually forget. That's why we gotta keep reading the scriptures. Even if we read them before, we gotta keep them in our mind, man. We can't forget. That's why it's important to keep going over the scriptures, man, because you will forget that your enemies are really like this. The whole point of an enemy, one of the biggest strengths is I'll say this. They call it what do they call it? They call it um like a surprise attack. I'm looking for, it's like a proverb.
Salakia, what you talking about?
It's like a proverb when you're doing a surprise attack. It's like, oh, the element of surprise.
Yeah.
I'm right there, but it's a proverb. How I go?
I don't know.
That's one of the strongest things, element of surprise. Catching you off guard, you know, that's one of the strongest tools in battle. If you can catch you, that's what it's called, bro. They're trying to catch you lacking.
Yeah.
They're trying to catch you lacking. Our enemies, I'm telling you, they paint themselves up to be really good people, a good, honest guy, a firm handshake, a bow tie, a suit, just this guy, our people desire to be white men.
Yeah.
That's how you know they already caught lacking. They already caught up. They can't even see who their enemies are. That's how good of a job Esau is doing. Our people can't even identify their enemies. But things like this is important. If we're not in these scriptures, you're gonna lose sight of who your enemies really are and how your enemies really operate. But yeah, that's all I got. Like, let's keep getting it in.
All right. Um, Con, hold on, bear with me real quick. 10 seconds.
Okay.
All right, bet. Verse 24. It says, "For it becometh not our age," said he, "in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 old and 10, were now gone to a strange religion." How old is that? 70?
So like where we at?
Verse 24.
Verse 24. It says, "For it becometh not our age," said he, "in any wise to dissemble, whereby many young persons might think that Eleazar, being 80 old and 10." Now that's 90.
That's 90. Okay, cool.
90.
So basically what they're saying is many young men, Eleazar thought about this. Many young men, seeing that Eleazar being 90 years old, might have gone to a strange religion if he takes part in this, right? Verse 25. And so they, through mind hypocrisy. Bro, what does that say in the book?
Hypocrisy.
No, mine. This part right here.
Mine.
It say mine? M-I-N-E?
Yeah.
Wow. I ain't never seen that. And so they through mind hypocrisy and desire to live a little time and a moment longer should be deceived by me, and I get a stain to mine old age and make it abominable. So basically, he's saying through my hypocrisy, those that desire to live a little longer should be deceived. And I would get a stain to my old age. I would get a stain to my name, and I would make an abominable. If Eleazar would have took a if Eleazar would have took part in this port, nobody would have known him. But now he can be glorified and honored throughout all ages because he did not take part in that. Right? Verse 26. For though for the present time I should have been delivered from the punishment of men, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead. So now Eleazar is saying, yeah, I would have been able to escape the punishment of men right now. Yes. But I wouldn't be able to escape the Most High God. I wouldn't escape him in life, nor would I be able to escape him in death. You can't get away from God.
Hey, look,
Go ahead.
the fear of the Most High God is so needed. If he didn't fear God, he wouldn't have made the right decision. He would have took the deal. He would have took the deal. That's all I got on that.
God, he would have straight up took the deal.
He would have took the deal, man.
Verse 27 says, now it says, wherefore now manfully changing this life, I will show myself such an one as mine age requireth. I'm gonna act like an elder.
Yeah.
Show myself an elder and leave a notable example to such as be young, to die willingly and courageously for the honorable and holy laws. And when he had said these words, immediately he went to the torment. This is why I've been pulling this out. It's so hot when you get it all together.
That's hot,
This
bro.
man went willingly and courageously. He thought about it. He told these men a multiple of times, send me to the grave,
Kill me.
kill me, send me to the torment. I'm not getting down with what y'all throwing out. I'm not picking that up. So I can be abominable. Leave me be. Verse 29. They that led him, changing the goodwill, they bear him a little before into hatred, because the foresaid speeches proceeded as they thought from a desperate mind. But when he was ready to die with stripes, he groaned and said, it is manifest unto the Lord that hath the holy knowledge, that whereas I might have been delivered from death, I now endure sore pains in my body by being beaten. But in soul, I am well content to suffer these things because I fear him. So he's
Because
saying,
I
in my
fear
flesh,
him. Let's go. I'm excited. I go ahead.
God, he's saying, in my flesh, I suffer pain. I could have escaped this. I'm having pain in my body being beaten. But guess what? In my soul and my spirit, I'm content. I can suffer these things. I'm strong enough to go through these things because I fear him. And thus this man died, leaving his death for an example of a noble courage and a memorial of virtue, not only unto young men, but unto all his nation. This is the notable example that we're supposed to receive, right? To not eat pork, to not break the laws of the Most High God, to um um not use scriptures like I'm covered by grace so I can sin.
That's madness.
That's not what we're supposed to do, right? And that's
Which
why
one?
we don't do it. It's on you.
But that's really a nasty dagger. Which one of our mighty forefathers would have used grace? I'm gonna say abused grace, and just so use grace just so they could sin. Like, I know God will forgive me. You think David was walking around like that? You think Abraham was like, I know God will forgive me. I'm gonna just go ahead and do this, Lord.
This guy might have. He might have, yeah.
Right.
This guy, yeah. Let me get this off my screen, man. Esau's
But you
just
think
Esau
you think
just
that's
gay.
how Elijah was getting down? You think that's how damn Isaiah was getting down? You think Jeremiah was getting down like that? You know Mattathias and his 5 sons wouldn't get down like that. They said they was always ready to lay down their life for the laws of the Most High God. For obedience. They was ready to die for obedience. Hey, a lot of times right now, especially in a society that we are being raised up in and programmed in America, like people don't really have no substance. People not really standing on nothing concrete. People just can be swayed by anything. You know, a worldly proverb. It say if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And that's so real because so many of our people really just go with everything. They just go with everything. They're not really standing on nothing. You know, they're not standing on a goddamn thing. And it's a nasty thing to see. It's a nasty thing to behold. Right? You got people dealing with maps. That's crazy.
That's off.
People are really maps. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts.
I don't know why my camera's tweaking. Hold on. Wow. Let me see. There we go.
Hey, the very unpopular truth. Hey, man, you got to keep fighting that. Keep fighting that. Keep fighting that. I'm looking through some of these comments.
Yeah, straight.
Yeah, all praises to the Most High, man. All right, how much time you got?
Not a lot of time, actually.
Okay, I was finna do a quick Q&A, but we can save it for another day, maybe tomorrow. Man, if it's a certain chapter y'all want to go over, let us know and we can get it in.
Hey, I low key want to go over the mother of the 7 holy children.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's settled.
Yeah,
that one gonna get me in the spirit. I ain't gonna lie.
That one hot.
That's hot.
It is.
Yeah. I can't stop stretching.
He said I can't stop stretching.
All right, bro. You can pull out your ending precepts. I pull out mine.
I'm gonna grab this one. 2 Maccabees 6:26. It says, "For though the present time I should be delivered from the punishment of man, yet should I not escape the hand of the Almighty, neither alive nor dead." It's on you.
Dang, bro, you kind of did that quick.
He says that you kind of did that quick. Kind of got through there.
Right. Dang, man, you can't do that like that next time, man. You gotta give me a few more.
Yeah, that's funny.
Come on now, bro. That's weird. All right. First Maccabees 2:50. It says, "Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers." And that's what time we on. That's how we coming. We trying to build up enough good works, build our faith up every day. So when the time comes, when the day finally comes, we will be mentally prepared, ready in our spirits to lay down our life for the covenant of our forefathers. And you know, die with that kind of cause. A lot of times people fear death. Right now where I'm at in life, I'm not so much afraid of death. I'm more so afraid of a pointless death. You know? And that's just how I am. That's how my mindset is right now. You know, Lord willing, I can maintain that. But we're gonna get Sirach chapter 43 and 30. It says, "When you you had any another one, another precept, Doc?"
No, sir.
Kind. Sirach 43 and 30. It says, "When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, for even yet will he far exceed. And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, because you can never go far enough." And with that, we're going to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Shalom.
Khan, shalom.